always like the person who is aware of their inner and outer beauty, who is charismatic, who's not afraid to do something in life, who's not afraid to stand for this, and who's actually providing kindness in the same moment, because it's not only about being harsh, but it's also about being soft. Hello guys, my name is Julia and welcome back to my channel. Here I speak about feminine and masculine and inner power and balance between all of these things. By the way, I'm not a native speaker, so you may see that sometimes I make up words, and so my apology. Okay, so today we are going to speak about the feminine and masculine and the insecurities we face when we are not using these two energies in balanced way, and when we are kind of relying more on one side and not using another one. And when we go in too far into this, we face a lot of different problems. You know, it's like when you are driving a car and the left side of your wheels working and the right side of your wheels not working. So those type of ride is not going to be really successful. To help your wheels work properly on the right and the left side, we have to understand the essence of the feminine and masculine, what kind of purposes these both energies have, and why when we are suppressing one, we are actually also hurting another one. So if you already saw my previous videos, you know that I speak from the perspective of astrology, because it's really easy to understand feminine and masculine when you understand the more deeper layers of what these energies actually consist of. And you don't have to understand astrology really deep. I use only terminology, and in this video I explain also more what these things really mean. So masculine energy is connected from Sun energy and Mars energy. Both of this energy are fiery, and Mars energy is more about kind of making things done and making change, like make difference, like using our energy in activities in the physical life. So it's to use your physical body, because Mars is a lord of Aries energy. Aries is about our physical body, and Mars energy is about flesh and blood and our physical activity. So people with weak Mars energy or suppressed Mars energy, they can have tendency to be lazy. They can have low digestive, or they can be not really kind of fiery in counter-attacking people. They don't like different discussions, so they're trying to kind of stay soft. So people who are using Mars really strongly and properly, they are achievers, they like to work, they like to be active in life, they like to understand everything connected to kind of things like computers and technology, because with strong Mars they have strong logic. They are very passionate people, passionate in different ways, so they very sexually active. So Mars energy is about using your physical body and to be active in this material world and to gain something. The Sun energy, another aspect of the masculine energy, is connected to our inner power. So it's our inner masculine. It's about ability to stand for yourself, to your opinions, to all of the things what you believe, what is important for you, for your own boundaries, for your own selves, like the power of being self, power of expressing self, power to be strong individual, because Sun is the lord of Leo, so it's like when you are not dependent on anyone else to prove you that something is about you, good or bad. You have your own self to decide for yourself. It's like you are being strong in who you really are. That's type of people who can become leaders in something, because they are able to be responsible for the decisions they make, and they are able to be responsible for another people or for any kind of things. So people with strong Sun energies, they always like to kind of to be, it's not about literally in the center of attention, but the Sun energy is like the center when all of our planets is flying around. So all of our life actually happening and exists because we have sunlight, because it gives warmth, it gives light. So if sun would be turned off, so all the life would stop, because we are not able to live and survive without sun energy, and we have to admit it. So the person who has strong sun energy, this person has this ability to shine and warm up others. So it's like the person has very strong individuality, and this strength gives the ability to be dependable for other people. The group of people that says they have some idea or they want to stand for something, and the person who is the leader of this group, this is the person who is responsible for the idea of this group. In this group, trust in this person, that this person is going to defend the interest of this group. And when the person is coming to the position of like CEO in some company, so this person is responsible for some amount of things, and people trust that this person can handle that. And so to become on this position, you have to inside of yourself believe that you are able to handle something. So strong sun energy is about being strong inside. And strong Mars energy is about like achieving things. It's about fighting for the things which are important for you. And this is about putting your fire, like investing your inner fire into something, like to make change. So masculine energy on the planet Earth is important for development and improvement. And the feminine energy is our energy of Moon and Venus, and they cooperating with masculine energy. So when we talk about Venus energy, it's about pleasure for our sensations and the way we enjoy something. So whatever we do, invest our energy into something. So our Mars is active, we are enjoying it. Let's say we go in the gym every day, and first we enjoy to feel sweaty, we enjoy that we invest our energy into something, we enjoy to feel fit, but in the same moment, in the end, we enjoy how our body feels and looks, so we feel more strong, and we look more beautiful, and we look more confident. So this part of enjoying all of these actions we did, this is about Venus energies. The same in everything connected to sex. Like all of the things you do there, you do because you want to enjoy it, or in the process of enjoying it. That's why Mars is connected to Scorpio energy, because Scorpio is about like all of this deep, passionate connection. And so to feel the joy of this passionate connection, we need Venus. So Venus is connected to Mars, and when person has in the chart connection to Mars and Venus somehow in this kind of connection to each other, the person is very passionate about different things, and also sexually in different ways. And it's a kind of this charismatic vibe. When it's interesting to see how the person is, expressing fire, but expressing it, let's say actors, they can be expressing themselves, but you also see so many beauty in the ways they do it, the ways they put so much fire they put in this scene to show you something. So this is a work of the way we are expressing ourselves on the physical level. So Venus connected to our pleasureful sensations, everything to our five senses, everything to beauty and all of the artistic expression. So feminine energy is about like the beautiful side of life. Everything what we like, everything is beautiful for our eyes. Like why women is the gender which is kind of more about this beauty, because the curves of the body or the kind of softness of the skin, this kind of providing the joy for the sensations in all the ways. So if we would not have Venus energy on the planet Earth, that would be very boring. So the beautiful view, the smell of the flower, the tasty food, the way we beautify ourselves, all of this, it's a Venus energy. It's like when you are putting the clean sheets on your bed, and this is a moment when you're enjoying that it's all, like it smells even fresh and clean. So all of the things connected to enjoying everything about our existence, all kind of pleasures, those are feminine energy of Venus. And the moon energy, which is cooperating with sun, moon energy is about this kind of unconditional love, and it's about kindness and acceptance. It's the softest vibrations which we all need on the planet Earth to stay in this kind of good mood, to feel good. It's about what is happening in our heart, because moon is the lord of Cancer energy, and Cancer is about our kind of nurturing care from the heart. And sometimes this care can be strict, because not everything should be allowed, but it's also a form of kindness and care, because we all know that the best mom is not the one who allows everything to the child, but the one who knows what's better for the child, and kindly, softly, but strictly sometimes explain why not. So this kind of ability to provide the needed amount of care. The same with agriculture. Moon is connected to agriculture because the ability to give specific nurturing to the seed, so the plant will grow really cool. And so moon energy is about emotional safety and about everything connected to our kind of inner peace and inner safety, because for example, Venus is more about material safety. So you have a lot of gains, for example, or you have a good inheritance or something like that, so you feel safe on a material level. So this is the expression of Venus energy. But when you can be very, like, you can be broke without any money, but still you can be able to provide inner peace and be easy and feeling safe inside of you. So it's about feminine side of life, when we are kind of emotionally safe, and all kind of care and nurture. This is moon energy. So when we understand the ingredients of feminine and masculine, we can understand that sometimes we can be facing unbalanced dynamics in using the feminine and masculine. And what I was talking about in this video, that we actually have the tendency to be more on the Mars-Venus side, so more kind of outer world oriented, or more on the inner world Sun-Moon oriented person. And so for people who has Mars-Venus more strongly and dominant in their energy, so they are more of like achievers and people who are more about enjoying life through sensations. So they build relationships mostly on sexual connection, on their attraction, on the cars and money they have. So it's like the beautiful, very beautiful woman chooses a man who has a lot of money, and he's choosing her because she is super cool, so he can actually show her to the world, to society, like, look how cool I am, I have this car, I have this kind of work, and this is my woman. So, and she is also very happy to show that she is riding this car, living in this house, and having these amounts of flowers. So this kind of dynamics, it's about Mars-Venus dominant people, because they are seeing and choosing another people through the eyes of kind of this outer world expressions. So this is what they value in self, and this is what they look for in the partner, because this is how they understand life. And people with dominant moon and sun, they are mostly about inner world, so they are less interested in the material gains and outside like attraction, but they are more caring about how the dynamics on the inner processes, like how funny it is with the person, how it feels, how it's safe, or how interesting it is to be. Does this person kind of cares about your emotions, or is this person is responsible? So they look on the more inner qualities of the person. So they build in their relationship because, for example, they become or best friends, or they feel that person is helping them to solve their issues, and another person is supportive and caring and kind. So this kind of things like more important for them in self and in another people, so they can choose a partner without money, but in the same moment they feel really safe because this person is super kind. So those kind of different types of dominance we have of feminine and masculine inside of us. But including this fact, we can also have tendency that even you are the Mars-Venus dominant or Sun-Moon dominant, in the same moment you can be more on the masculine side or more on the feminine side. And when you are feeling safe in your masculine and insecure in feminine, you are expressing yourself and understanding your life and yourself and the whole world from the masculine lens, no matter which gender you are. And when you are kind of feminine dominant person, you are expressing self and understanding self and seeing life through the feminine side. Like the person with dominant masculine kind of lens for the life and for self, they're not afraid to be not likened by others because they like to be straightforward and they like to kind of get what they want. When the person on the dominant masculine expressing self, they understand the language of kind of power and strength. So they are using aggression or they're using their fire to live their life. And so they do not understand what exactly the softness means. And they seek in a partner the soft and kind and pleasant vibes, because this is what makes them balanced and feel this something what they are lacking. Because when you are being strong and masculine all the time, it means you are feeling yourself, like a stone, like a fire. So it's things connected to getting something happen or done, like to prove something to someone. So the person who lives from the mostly masculine approach to life, they also attract in their experience people who are having more kind of masculine approach to life. So these people, usually who they attract, they have similar insecurities connected to feminine energies. So they have similar fears about different things, because people who have dominant masculine energy, they are lacking or struggling to express feminine energy, because they are not understanding, for example, soft heart, or they're not understanding children, or they're not understanding beauty, or they're not understanding the ability to attract. So they also think that you have to win something to have it. You have to compete. You have to be better than someone else. So you have to kind of win your piece in your life. You kind of, this toughness and straightforwardness, this fire is good at work or in competition. But it's not really well when you are communicating like this with your friends or with your close people, with your family. And especially when you have dominant masculine energy and insecurities in the feminine, we will face people who will challenge these feminine things. And the person feeling more and more insecure in feminine will go more and more in masculine. And the masculine form of being in this position of weakness, it's when you are becoming aggressive, when you are becoming you're blaming others for that they are not providing good and safe emotions and feelings for your feminine, because you're not doing it for yourself. So the ideal version is when our masculine is providing safe and awesome feelings for our feminine is providing this to the masculine, so they kind of support each other. But in the same moment, when we are not doing it, we are waiting that, like, our masculine waits that the outer world will give this kind of things. So it's like when you cannot make a peace inside of your heart, you're waiting that someone else will be the reason of your peace. If this person is not the reason, or doing something that makes you feel unsafe or unstable, you are becoming mad and aggressive to that person. Because you're blaming that person, you're not doing something to me the way I wanted it to be. So the person is not able to provide this safe space inside for self. So this person is waiting that someone from the outer world, for example, partner, have to provide this. This is how abusive relationship starts. When the person with very dominant masculine blaming the person who has dominant feminine, and we will talk it in a minute, for not providing what they were needed. Because when person has balanced energies, person is not waiting that outer world should provide something from the outside. So when the person has dominant masculine, they have tendency to blame, hate, compete, and feel kind of aggression towards others or even towards self because of something is happening not really well. When we have the dominant feminine person, when we are in this mode, this is the softness, this is the energies of kindness. So the person is always in this kind, soft vibes. This person lives in this. This person understands this kind of side of reality, and this person doesn't understand fighting, competing, conquering, proving, firing, aggression. They are not understanding this form of life. And these people have the insecurity about using their masculine energies, this is fire, because they're afraid to hurt another people, because they have this kind of soft and kindness in their self. So they don't understand how can they protect themselves and their boundaries and express themselves and be who they are, like all of this fire, and not hurting other people. So they're choosing to suppress this masculine, and they're using their feminine more and more, being more kind, more soft, more pleasant, more understanding. And this is how the abusive tendency in relationship happens, because the person with dominant feminine, they don't like conflicts, they try to avoid it. That's why they are being silent, and their masculine are not solving the situations which another person who can have like aggressive dominant masculine vibe, so they're not protecting self. And so person with dominant feminine can have this kind of problem to expressing masculine, so they're using more feminine, and they have tendency to stay in a victim position, and they are blaming another person for being aggressive and bad to them. So, and they kind of instead of staying for themselves, using their masculine to protect their feminine, they forget that fact that they have actually also masculine. So they depend on the masculine from another person, and this person is one day kind, one day very mad, and the feminine is very dependable on that. And this is how this victim position kind of being supported, because the dominant feminine person does not understand that instead of depending on somebody else's behavior from the outside and estimating self through that, and like the emotional world is absolutely dependable on what is going on from the partner, for example. But the person can actually remember that they have masculine energy, start to protect themselves, and start to feel good because you protect yourself, not because somebody is behaving good or bad. And so this dynamics of when you are in a dominant feminine, you are blaming others for not making yourself happy and being in this victim position, and it's about living in fear, insecure, anxiety, and kind of panic. So being in dominant feminine, not able using masculine to protect yourself because you're afraid to hurt them. So both people have this very dependable relationship, because each of them waiting that the dominant masculine waits that person with a strong feminine will provide them this femininity and softness and ease to chill and relax and to enjoy life and to feel easier, because when you have a lot of fire you're like crazy all the time. And the person who has dominant feminine, they are so soft and all of this that they need this kind of strength and someone who say like, no, don't worry, like we will do it, like let's move this direction. So the person is waiting that someone from the outside will provide them safety and will protect them from something. And so this dynamics is kind of actually showing the immaturity by using some energy. So if you see that you have this tendency to be more dominant in masculine or more dominant in feminine, it means for you it's important to dive deeper into what is about this kind of opposite energy which you are lacking and doing it for self. This is how you start to be more balanced as an individual. So you will not wait that someone will protect you or someone will provide you some kindness and joy in life. When you are in a balanced position, it means you are not seeing competition with everyone. You are okay with giving compliments. You have open heart and kindness to give love to another people. In the same moment, you are ready to protect your own boundaries and to protect someone else. When you are trying to achieve something, you're not trying to prove something to someone. You are doing it because you want to enjoy your life. Or when you are becoming on the leadership position, you are not trying to show off and look how big my balls or whatever is there, but you are actually just being in this position of giving the care of other people. So what the point? If you are in a masculine dominant position, use feminine to help you to be on this fiery mode, but being like strong person, but being kind. But if you are in a dominant feminine, you can be super pleasant and kind and soft being, but being strong by defending yourself and standing for yourself. And actually those two, like, those are very sexy and very attractive and very interesting and lovable, because you always like the person who is aware of their inner and outer beauty, who is charismatic, who is not afraid to do something in life, who's not afraid to stand for this, and who is actually providing kindness in the same moment, because it's not only about being harsh, but it's also about being soft. Okay, I hope I made some clarity about this unbalanced situation with our feminine and masculine. And if you want to know more, you can contact me and we talk about exactly your situation with your chart. Okay, so this is a link for my website, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.